So my E36's headlights are different to each other. One is the original Bosch type, and the other has been replaced with an aftermarket Depot brand headlight. Since the two look different, and the original had uncleanable glass, I decided to replace the original with an aftermarket one, even though it still functions fine. At the same time, I ordered some cold cathode fluorescent angel eyes to give my BMW an awesome look. I chose the CCFL type over LED as I find the LED ones too bright for my tastes. I wanted a nice look without it being too overpowering. So the first step was to test the new angel eyes. I did this by unplugging the connector from an existing headlight. Here are the two eyes with the associated inverter, since they are CCFL. I simply hooked the two lights up, then turned on the parking lights, and connected the inverter to the headlight connector. The brown wire is ground and the yellow wire is the 12 volt positive. Both sets of angel eyes worked fine, as you can see. Next, I removed the old original Bosch headlight by unscrewing the two screws on top. Then there is a screw on the left hand side in a hard to reach spot. I found I needed a long extension to my ratchet and had to pull the headlight slightly to reach down and remove the screw. There is one final screw behind the indicator light. To remove this, there is a small grey clip holding it in, which you can see here. After removing the indicator, the last screw is easy to remove. Then I could remove the headlight and detach its connectors. So here is the new Depot right hand side headlight. To firstly take the front lens off, I removed the two clips on the top, and there is also two on the bottom. Then I could pry up the four plastic retainers holding the lens on. I had to be careful here, and with all the plastic in these headlights, since they aren't made to the same standard as the Bosch lights and are therefore more fragile. Now I can install the angel eyes themselves. I started by first unscrewing the four retainers around the glass covers, then removing the glass carefully. These aftermarket headlights are built to accommodate angel eyes easily, so each ring will sit on these small guides to hold them in place, as you can see now. I then cleaned the glass cover, made sure the ring was fairly straight, and then held the glass on to see how it looked. Next, I reinstalled and tightened the cover holders, routing the wires through one of them. I repeated this process for the second ring as well. Then I fed the wires through the headlight housing, and before replacing the lens, I noticed the rubber seal had come off slightly, so I glued this back on quickly. Then after securing the lens in place, the eyes are quite secure and they look great. For the wiring, first I installed and connected the two H1 bulbs. I decided to connect my angel eyes to the parking lights, as this was an easy solution without any wiring outside the headlights themselves. I removed the parking light bulb, then cut the two wires connected to the parking light housing. Then I stripped both ends of both wires. Then I stripped the two inverter wires, and then I fed them through to the parking light. Then I connected black to brown and red to grey, soldering the two splices. Then I covered both connections with electrical tape. I connected the two eyes to the inverter and used the provided shrink wrap. Then I secured the inverter to the headlight assembly with a piece of strong double-sided tape. I fed the wires for the eyes neatly around the assembly, and then it was all hooked up. I replaced the back covers and now one headlight's finished. For the other headlight, I repeated the same steps all over again. First removing the headlight, then taking the lens off and installing the angel eyes. Then I repeated the same wiring process as the other side. After finishing both headlights, I installed them and tested whether it all worked as intended. Finally, I secured all the screws and tightened everything up. Also reinstalling the indicator lights. I'm very happy with the result, and it suits my BMW E36 well. These angel eyes are a fairly cheap way to make a dramatic change to the look of the car, especially at night time. They are visible during the day, however they are not the brightest things in the world. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and it helped anyone thinking of doing a similar job to their car. Leave any questions in the comments section, and I'll see you next time.